This week we are still reviewing. We don't get to have a final in algebra. I know, like, anyway, we don't get to have a final, but I didn't want to just keep going in this class. I wanted to go back and review so that you get the power of a review without the final punch at the end. But anyway, this week we're going to be looking at simplifying radicals. With each week we've done a little bit less harder things. I understand that your motivation is not going to go like this. It's going to go like this. So this week we're doing one skill and we're doing it really well. So we're going to be talking about simplifying radicals this week. We've already done it, but I doubt you remember it. So you're going to need a lesson from me to kind of let the wheels start going. So let's say that I had a radical that is the square root of 125n. Now, I'm going to put some different videos in with our lesson, but I'm going to teach you the Langford way. I'm going to do the proper mathematical lessons. I'll throw those in from somewhere else, but I'm going to teach you the Langford way, which is if all else fails, remember this story and you could possibly still get it done. So let's look at, I'm going to, again, I'm not going to explain all the reasons why, I'm just going to tell you the Langford story to begin with. So we're looking at the square root of 125n, and we can simplify this radical and make it a little bit easier. Again, watch the other videos for all those explanations. But the Langford way, this is a prison, and everybody wants to bust out of the prison. But to bust out of the prison, you need some partners. So let's look and see if there's some partners hidden in that 125. So what we need to do is we need to do the prime factorization of 125. So 125, probably should have done this ahead of time and not thinking it off my noggin right now. But 125 is 5 times 25. And 25 is 5 times 5. So when I look at what's the prime factor is, all that's prime. So the prime factorization of 125 is 5 cubed. So I go back over here and I rewrite my radical and say 5 cubed times n. Remember that? Okay, so now I ask myself, can anybody break out of this gel? So let's look. This gel, how many people does it take to break out of the gel? Well, if you look right here, there's an understood 2. And that right here, the index, that tells us that it takes 2 people to break out of this gel. So let's look at the 5s. 5 cubed looks like this. 5 times 5 times 5 times n. So the 5s look around and they're like, dude, you and I can bust out of here. So these 2 guys, or girls, but I always feel like odds are guys and evens are girls. I don't know why I've always felt that way, but I do. But anyway, back to this. These 2 5s, they decide they want to escape, and they can. So they escape. But do you remember the sad part? How many survive? Only 1. So 1 escapes out here. So these 2 guys escape. Only 1 survives. And let's look right here. 5 and n, they're still inside. So 125n simplifies to 5 root n. Now again, this is not the mathematical explaining all the reasoning. I'll add those videos in there. This is the Langford, let's get it done if you don't understand it, way to do this, okay? So let's do another one. Let's do 216v. Actually, let's make that v squared, and let's throw in a t. So 216v squared t. There is my radical that I need to simplify. So we look at it and say, okay, 216, let's prime factorize and see who's all hidden in there. So 216, that would be 2 times 108, and 2 times 54. Let's bring all these 2's down, and then this 54 is 9 times 6. So 9 is 3 times 3, and 6 is 2 times 3. Look at that. Look at that factor tree for a second. What you need, buddy?
Are you in a video?
Yeah, I'm doing a video.
All right.
What you need?
I'm done.
You're all done? Yay, you! Okay, back back to here. So let's write this prime, whoops, sorry, I got erased. Let's write this 216 in its prime factors. It's 2 to the 1, 2, 3 power, 2 cubed times 3 cubed. Who knew? 2 cubed times 3 cubed. Do you understand that? I sure hope you do. So we rewrite 216 as 2 cubed times 3 cubed times that v squared times t. So in our prison, it's every number, every variable for himself. Like there's gangs in this prison. So we have the 2 gang over here and the 3 gang over here. And the 2 gang's not gonna escape with the 3 gang. They're gonna stay to themselves. 1 second. Brandon, can you cut that volume down? So the 2 gang, they look, they're like, okay, how many do we need to escape out of this prison? We need 2. So if they need 2 to escape, how many of these 3 people leave? Let's look at it. 2 times 2 times 2. These 2 guys, or girls, because it's even numbers, they say, oh yeah, we're gonna leave. But here's the sad thing. How many survive? Only 1 survives. Sorry about that. And 1 had to stay. So 1's on the outside, 1's on the inside. Let's look at 3s. The 3s look amongst themselves and they say, okay, 2 of us get to go, but of those 2, only 1 survives. And 1 of us has to stay. V squared. The V squareds look at each other and they're like, there's 2 of us and we need 2 to escape. Oh my goodness, we both get to go, but only 1 of us lives. Okay, and then the T ain't got no friends. T has to stay in there all by its lonesome. Sorry, T. So let's look. Let's tidy some things up. 2 times 3 is 6v root 6t. And that is what it simplified down to. Yay, us. All right, let's do one last one together. Let's make this one a good one. Let me find one. Boop, 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 boop. Why don't, I don't have any like cube roots on here. If it's a cube root, it takes 3 to escape and only 1 still survives. But let's do one last one. Let's do it. Yeah, I like that one. 6 on the outside, root 75 mp squared q3. Okay? So, there's our problem. Step 1, this 6 on the outside, he's out of prison. He's safe and sound. We don't have to worry about him. Let's look at this 75. Let's see if there are any hidden gangs in there that can break out. So 75 is 3 times 25. 3's prime, so we bring it down. 25 is 5 times 5. So 3 times 5 times 5 is what 75 is. Tidy it up, it's 3 times 5 squared. So I come over here and I rewrite this and I say 6 root, instead of writing 75, I write 3 times 5 squared m p squared q to the 3rd. So that's what we got. So we start going through our gangs in prison and seeing if anybody can leave. Okay, 3. 3 is all by himself. Sorry, Charlie, you're staying in prison. So let's look at the next one, the 5. Now there's 2 5s. So it takes 2 people to escape this prison so the 5s can leave, but sadly, only 1 survives. Let's look at M. M, all by his lonesome. He's not getting out of prison anytime soon. You need to make some friends, M. Okay, P squared. There's 2 of them, so they get to leave, but only 1 survives. Q3. Now, let's write this out so we can see it. That's Q, Q, Q. Q, Q, Q. Okay, so anyway, sorry. These 2 Q's leave, only 1 survives, and this Q has to stay. So let's tidy things up. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 PQ root 3 MQ. So that's simplifying radicals the Langford way. Hope you have a great day and hope that you are the king of this skill.